It's 29 minutes after 8. Let's talk posture now. And posture for a healthy back, really. The first pointer for my resource person is the fact that even the seat that I'm sitting on to host the show is wrong. So let me just introduce her. Let her teach us a lot more that we have to know. We know that very often we have back pain, sometimes it's neck and things like that. Apparently, it has to do with the way we sit. My guest is Cynthia Osei-Yeboah. She's a physiotherapist with the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital. Good morning to you.
Good morning, ma'am.
So the way I'm sitting is not right
At all.
but I'm trying to do this.
But you are not helping the spine at all.
Okay.
Because you are distorting the normal, natural curvature of the spine. Naturally, for the neck, that area, we call it cervical, there's an inward or forward curvature. But once you are sitting like that, the muscles and the ligaments holding or supporting the spine have to work extra harder in order to maintain the normal curvature.
Okay.
So you are putting a lot of strain and stress on the spine actually.
Oh wow. So this is supposed to be, you know, like you relaxing it.
Yes, but you are awkward.
Okay, what if I do this?
Yes, like that. So you are giving support to the thoracic and then the lumbar, but we have left the cervical region.
Which is here?
The neck, yes. So the ligament around there would have to work extra hard in order to maintain the normal curvature.
Interesting. I'll try and change the seats in the course of this discussion. Try another seat and see what you have to say.
See how it feels.
But you work in the hospital, you see a lot of cases that come to you and you think if they were sitting right, they probably would not be coming to the hospital.
Yes.
So share with us some of the things that you come across.
Especially for the younger ages, from 30 who are in the working class group and working in the corporate organizations. Because of luxury, we tend to use the swivel chairs often.
Okay.
And so we recline and then incline. Doing that, we think we are being luxurious, we are relaxing. But in the end, we are not helping maintain the normal curvature of the spine. The ligaments around them have to work extra harder in order to maintain the normal curvature. And so long term, we definitely end up with a lot of back pains, a lot of stress, a lot of headaches. And all this can be attributed to our posture.
Okay.
And then these days, we tend to sit long hours. It's advised that if your work demands that you sit for long hours, in between you get up, you sit, relax, so that you take the stress off the ligaments and then the muscles. But these days, in our bid to meet up deadlines and then all, we are tempted or forced to sit longer hours, which is very detrimental to our health.
Okay.
And so most of the back pains and aches that we record or see at our department, most of them, the cause is mechanical and can be prevented.
Okay. Wow, amazing. But sometimes, you know, you are so used to doing the same thing over and over again. Even when you hear the talk that what you're doing is detrimental, you don't believe it. So is it linked to like a bigger problem? Can I have maybe headaches or something that is as a result of the way I sit, but I probably may not know?
Yes, yes. A lot of the headaches that we experience, especially in the younger ages, can be attributed to bad posture because the neck region, the muscles and the ligament there are really working hard. And so the end result is the headache that you experience, the constant headaches and then the pains. You might not attribute it to your bad posture, but when you come and then we do our examination, we realize that the main cause is the stress that you are placing on the ligament and then the muscles around the cervical region or the neck.
Okay, so ideally, how long should you sit for at a time?
You can do 30 minutes, take a break, stretch, not go too far away from your chair, just get up, stretch, and then come back to your seat.
Okay.
So we can do 30 minutes, and then in between you do your simple stretches. It doesn't cost much to just get up and then stand by your chair and then do gentle stretching.
I'm also told that posture is not just about sitting.
Yes.
It also has to do with standing.
Yes,
and
and then
walking.
even lying down.
Okay.
Yes, yes. So generally, posture is the position the body is placed in against gravity, and so it's not about just sitting. Even when you are sitting and then you are lying down, gravity is acting. The muscles have to struggle to support you in whichever position you place yourself in. So it's not all about sitting and then standing. It's about movement. It's about movement. Any movement, posture is involved.
Okay, there's an animation that I want to share with all of us. When we come back, I will sit like ideally you would be sitting in the office. We'll check out the chair that I'm seated on and whether or not is right, if I'm sitting right or not. Stay with us.
Throughout history, humans spent most of their time moving about. But now, more and more, we find ourselves sitting, which is not necessarily a good thing. Today, office workers spend hours slouched over and hunched into chairs, moving minimally. Even after finishing work, we continue our everyday lives on the couch. That is, if we're even able to continue it on at all. Despite the spinal, body weight related, and cardiovascular problems caused by unhealthy postures. It's been shown that people with sitting jobs have twice the rate of cardiovascular disease as people with standing jobs. In fact, a recent medical journal study showed that people who sit for most of their day are 54% more likely to die of a heart attack. Even if you dedicate a lot of time to staying fit, the time you spend sitting is still far greater than what's healthy for your body. Even 1 hour of daily sports can't compensate for 11-hour sitting sprees. So, what can you do? Paying attention to your posture is the real key to a healthier life in the office. But be careful, not all sitting solutions are equal. Forcing your spine into a rigid, upright position in just any old chair creates more stress on your vertebrae. It's important to know some basics about good sitting posture before you adjust yourself. First, you should consider what type of chair you're sitting on. If you choose passive sitting with back support, then make sure your feet are comfortably resting. Try not to cross your legs. That can restrict circulation. And don't lean far forward or backward. That can crimp your nerves and restrict blood flow. Even rocking back and forth in your chair can help, and recent research has shown that this minor act of balancing boosts your ability to concentrate. Or consider an active sitting alternative where your body's doing more of the work. Just 2 hours a day of active sitting has health benefits such as improved core strength and burning calories. To get yourself into better shape at the office, you'll need to interrupt your sitting at least once every 30 minutes. You don't even have to do gym exercises to get moving. Get up and do some simple lunges, calf raises, and shoulder shrugs to loosen up your joints, relieve tension, and stretch your muscles. Take advantage of every chance you have to move your body. One day, what we think of work will be completely different, and the workplace may well be a far more ergonomic and active place for your body. But until then, you can promote your well-being and boost your energy levels by simply paying more attention to your body during the workday.
Cynthia Osei-Yeboah is a physiotherapist with the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital. She's here to help us, guide us really as to how to sit properly and in general how to carry ourselves in terms of posture. And I've changed my chair now, Cynthia. This, what I'm sitting on is what you find in a lot of offices. This is what we sit to work. What do you think?
Even though it's slightly better than the first ones,
okay,
I wouldn't still recommend this because of the slants at the back.
Okay.
We are still not maintaining the normal curves that
okay,
the spine needs.
Okay.
And then
So it's supposed to be straight, absolutely
yes,
straight.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes. And then for the working class, as much as possible, your chair should be closer. But using this chair, I wonder how you are going to be able to reach your table, because
I'm just going to push it to the table.
push it. But when you have to write or use the PC, would you bend?
Yeah. Okay. A little.
Yes, a little. And for how long?
For as long as I have something to do on the computer.
So in the end, you are going to be in that awkward position for
Okay.
30 or 1 hour.
Yeah.
And that is equivalent to a lot of stress and then strain. And I can tell you that within the next 1 year or 2, you are going to end up with a very severe chronic back pain.
Wow.
Which is very preventable.
What if that's the only choice I have? Can the way I sit on the seats also help?
Yes. So my recommendation then would be to place a pillow or a lumbar roll.
Okay.
That would sort of ease the strain and then on the muscles and then the ligaments. So we have a bit of room for the muscles and then the ligaments to rest.
Okay.
So even if you move forward, the lumbar roll is there. It's still helping to keep the spine in that normal curve that it needs.
Okay. But generally, forget about the seats. How
Okay.
should one sit?
Generally, it begins with a chair. The chair that you are going to use should be able to support your back really well. And then it should allow you to place your feet flat.
Okay.
Yes. Your feet should be very flat. The backrest should be there to keep the spine in their normal curves. And then the knee should be bent at a 90 degrees angle.
What is 90 degrees angle? No, so you could just show me
Okay.
when, yeah.
So
Oh, okay. All right.
this is 90.
Okay.
But in order for me to do the 90, I have to move forward, which is not good for my
How about
spine.
you lower the seats?
So if
you
it's
let it
possible,
go down.
yes, to
Yeah.
lower the seat, yes, then I lower it. And then my feet should be flat.
Okay.
The 90 degrees at the knee should be there, as well as the hip. So the knee and the hip should be at the same level.
Okay.
Or the knee can be slightly higher. That is, if the chair is not supporting you to place your feet flat, you could get a support for your feet.
Okay.
So that would sort of raise your feet up slightly, but it's maintaining the flatness that we need. And then that also means you are going to have a slight elevation at the knee. So the knee can be slightly higher.
Okay.
So either we have the knee and the hip at the same level, or the knee can be slightly higher than the hip.
Interesting.
And then your shoulders should be relaxed, not too forward, not too backwards.
Okay.
Should relax. And then the table you are going to use should be able to support your arms. So you don't move too forward, not too close. Your back is supported, feet firmly on the ground, and then the table closer.
Okay.
So my back is supported, protected. The table is closer. I have my table to support my arms. So even though I'm sitting and working on my PC, my back, the normal curvature of the spine is being maintained. I'm not too forward. I'm not in an awkward position.
Can the chair also support the arms instead of the table?
The tables would do better, yes. They have a firm surface, a bigger surface, and provide better support.
Okay. Let me take you back at home when you're sleeping. What's the appropriate way to sleep, to lie down?
Sleeping, we can either do back and then put a lumbar roll at the lumbar region, or you do side.
Okay.
But as much as possible, avoid sleeping on your tummy, because sleeping on your tummy, you are going to put a lot of strain on the spine. Even when lying on your back, the advice is that the pillow that you use should only provide support for your head and not your neck.
Okay.
So don't pile 2-3 pillows.
I'm guilty.
because in the end, you are distorting the normal curves at the neck or the cervical region.
Okay. Okay.
And you eventually end up with severe neck pain.
So when you're waking up with pains all the time, bodily pains, whether neck, could it also be the bed, the particular bed that you're lying on, or it just has to do with the way that you're lying?
Yes, a lot can be attributed to even the mattress that we lie on. The advice is that in order to maintain the normal curves of the spine, as much as possible, your mattress should be very firm in order to maintain the curves.
Is firm hard?
No, it's not
Firm
necessarily
is not hard.
very hard.
Okay.
It should be firm. It shouldn't sag in.
Okay.
Not sagging in, firm.
Okay. Firm is also not soft.
Yes, not also soft.
Okay.
Yes. So it's a bit of in between. Not too soft, not too hard. It should be able to maintain the curves. Yes.
Okay. So I take it that if you use the mattress for a very long time, it will begin to
sag in.
And then that means it's time to change it.
It's time to change it, definitely. Yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's go to walking then. We're all not in the beauty pageants. I understand that's the correct way of walking, the way the ladies would stand and walk. But ordinarily, since we are not all entering the beauty pageants, we won't be walking like that. What's the right way?
So to begin with, we can do what we call the wall test. Stand by the wall. Your head, make sure your head is touching the wall. Your shoulders are relaxed and touching the wall. And then your arms are also very much relaxed. And then put your palm at the back to touch the wall.
Okay.
And then measure the space there.
Is this something that I can, Gomez, is this something that I can rise and do? Because I want to be sure that we're, okay. But we'll get to that in a bit. So you
And then put your palm behind and then measure the space between the wall and then your lower back.
Okay.
If it's just 2 fingers, then we are fine. If it's more than 2 fingers, the advice is tuck in your tummy.
Which I'm learning to do a lot these days. Okay, so I'm just going to use myself.
Okay.
Okay, so this is it. I'm standing.
We would need you to stand
by a wall.
Yes.
Gomez, we have to find a wall. Is this good enough?
Yes.
Okay.
So.
This way.
Okay, and then come closer.
To the wall.
Yes, your feet should be about 1 or 2 inches away from the wall.
Away.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
And then your head should touch. Okay, and then put your palm.
My back.
So, is the space there more than two fingers?
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I think it's too much. So you tuck in your tummy. It helps closes the space up.
Oh,
okay.
I understand.
Now your shoulders. Okay, and then your hands relax. Okay. So this should be your posture.
Wow.
When
Every
you are
day.
walking, yes.
Normal. When I'm walking.
Yes.
Tucked in.
For
how long can I hold it in?
Since you've adopted a certain posture, changing it will take some time.
Okay.
And then you might need supervision from another person as well to help ensure that. And then the mirror can also be your friend.
Wow.
So in the morning you can do this and then stand in front of the mirror.
Okay.
Shoulders relaxed, not too forward, not too backwards. Okay. So once you've assumed this, this should be how your posture should be when you are walking.
Amazing. With my hand at my back like that?
No, relax.
Okay.
Relax.
All right.
Relax.
Relax.
Hands loosen. Relax your shoulders. Don't be too stiff.
Okay.
But
is that how you walk? Yeah, I mean, you are the teacher, so.
Yes, I try to.
All right, I see that you are very composed.
I try to. I had a baby not long ago too, so my tummy is, and I'm
you
working
don't
on
look
it.
You don't look it.
Thank
wow.
you.
So if we did everything right, if we took your advice, what would we be achieving in the end?
Number one, the muscles are going to work more efficiently. In the end, we are going to reduce the stress and then the strain, which leads to a lot of headaches, a lot of chronic back pain. generally we are going to be in a very good health state emotionally.
Okay. Or you want to sit or you can stand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Emotionally as well. And then we are going to avoid the elderly age arthritis, osteoarthritis, and the rheumatoid arthritis as well, because then we are going to ensure that our body weight is evenly distributed on the joint.
Okay.
So long term, we are not going to end up with the arthritis, which old age predisposes us to.
Okay.
And then our general health being is going to improve.
Amazing. So you keep working at it, and then you'll be used to it.
Yes, yes. It takes a lot of practice. Yes.
All right.
A lot of practice.
I think in the beginning you said that you see a lot of corporate people come to the hospital these days.
Yes.
What for? Is it for massage?
Mainly back pains. And so my department, is embarking on an educational campaign.
Oh.
So you can invite us, we'll come, give you talks, look at your chairs,
okay,
and then make the necessary recommendations.
Would you give a massage as well? Because
yes, we do, because you need them to relax your muscles and then your joints.
Okay.
Yes, we do give them massages as well.
All right. Maybe sometime we can have you on the show.
Yes.
And then we'll do the work massage.
I'll be happy to.
But that's free, right?
Yes.
Even when you visit the offices, it's free.
The offices,
not exactly. But
no, not exactly.
How, as a normal human being, how often should you massage?
You can do once in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Once in a month. And then you exercise.
Okay.
Exercise.
Okay. All right. Okay, thank you so much for today. We'll definitely call on you again, but thanks for the lessons. I hope that I remember everything and I am not so rigid. Cynthia Osei-Yeboah is a physiotherapist with the Collingwood Teaching Hospital. She's been our teacher this morning on posture, getting it right so your back can be right as well. If you've been experiencing a lot of bodily pains, particularly the back pains, please follow the lessons that she's taught us this morning. Maxwell Agbagba is he's actually out in town this morning talking about the same subject. We're linking up to him now to find out what he's been talking about on the streets of Accra.
I had a tip to interact with some traders to find out from them, what they do to keep their spine healthy. I also want to find out from them whether they've been to a chiropractor, in their whole life. We know a lot of Ghanaians, really would not walk into a hospital just to go and check their spine. But let's find out from this gentleman. Sir, what's your name?
I'm Bright Andakwe.
Bright, tell me, what do you do to keep your spine healthy?
Actually, me, I'm a footballer also. So in terms of spinal cord protection, I've been playing football and all my exercises have been protecting me for all the spinal cords. Like if we're going to play football, they've been telling us to protect ourselves from injuries. So they will tell us how these are the training that we should do and we do to protect us from all kind of these injuries and things. And then,
so let me ask you, have you ever been to a chiropractor in your whole life?
Oh, no.
Usually when you get back pains, when you feel any pains in your spine, you go to the hospital to go and check.
Oh, no. Actually, I've told you I'm a footballer, so in terms of hospital, I haven't been to hospital to go and check up my spinal cord. Due to the exercise I've been doing, it has helped me to build up my strength and other things.
Okay. Our friend here, his regular exercise keeps his spinal cord healthy. Do you make any conscious effort also yourself to keep your spinal cord healthy?
Actually, I used to do an exercise on Saturdays. Yeah, so whenever I feel pains around my waist or my spinal cords, I used to do an exercise to make it stronger. But I've never been to an hospital to check my spinal cord before. Yeah.
Would you ever want to, maybe one day want to go to a hospital to go to a chiropractor to?
No, I've never been there before.
But is this something you want to do in the future?
Yeah, actually, I know in life maybe something will happen, so I'll be there one day. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So if you are sitting, your posturing when you are sitting down in the chair, do you check it? Do you consider your spinal cord before you sit? If you're sitting on a chair like this one, which really does not have a backrest, do you check to see if it has a backrest? Do you check the chairs that you sit on?
Yeah, I used to do that, but actually this chair is small, so I used to bend. But when I'm in a plastic chair, I used to straighten myself.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I used to do.
Let's hear from our friend here also. What do you do to keep your spinal cord healthy?
Oh, sometimes when I wake up in the morning, when I'm about to go to the bathroom, I start exercising. And when I'm sitting down like this, I'm supposed to lie on the showcase because this one cannot protect my spinal cord. Otherwise, I was because I am able to taught in school too. So I have to protect my spine. I haven't had any problem from my spinal cord before, sir. Since I was born, I haven't had some before, sir.
You've never been to any chiropractor, so you can't really tell if you've had any problem with your spinal cord.
Been practicing, and when I'm about to lift something up to, when it's too heavy, I'm supposed to call someone to help me because if I'm in this age, I can able to lift something up. Like 40 years time, I'll be able to be weak, so I need to call someone to help me to protect my spinal cord. Yeah, that's how I'm doing.
So this chair, for instance, you know, that you usually would sit on when you come to work, it doesn't have any backrest. You know, when you sit down, you have to lean.
That's why I've been relaxing on the showcase. You won't see me sitting down like this. I'll be relaxing like this. So I'm here to protect my spinal cord. I won't relax that we have pains here. So I don't have any problem on my spinal cord.
Okay. Yeah. So if you go to the market to go and buy a chair for your home, for your workplace, for your workshop, do you check the kind of chairs that you even buy?
Yeah, I used to check how to get a chair that maybe it can prevent my spinal cord from getting an injury. So I used to check the chairs that I used to buy.
Okay. Yeah. Finally, if you're going to carry any load, do you consider your spinal cord?
Yeah, I have to consider. I have to check the load that I'm going to take before I take. If I can't, I won't have taken this because I have to let someone help me. Or if I can't get it, I won't take it because it will hurt me one day.
Yeah. Interesting views from the Tiptoe Lane here at Mamavi. Unfortunately, our three friends have never been to a chiropractor. I mean, a lot of us really have not visited a chiropractor in our whole life. Maybe after this discussion, we'll try and walk into the offices of a chiropractor to check our spinal cord and make sure that our spinal cord always healthy.
Maxwell, it will be healthy to do that, but make sure you've got cash on you. It's not free, you know.